Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brettcast Movie and TV Talk. Before the existence of Spider-Man No Way Home, I felt and still feel that there was very little to be excited about coming from the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 4, and that is what I'm going to be talking about in this episode. Phase 4 started out with Black Widow. I had zero interest in the movie when it was announced, and I still do not have interest to be able to be bothered to see it, which is why I haven't seen it, and I don't plan on seeing it. For me, I felt it was far too late for a Black Widow movie, considering that the character is now dead. If this movie existed around the time of Iron Man 2, I probably would have cared a little more. It also doesn't help that Black Widow is barely a character in the other MCU movies, that I just don't have that much vested interest in her character. Now I'm going to lump Shang-Chi and the Eternals in the same group here because both of these characters, or groups of characters in the case of the Eternals, were unknown to me. I saw each movie's trailer and it was not enough to get me excited. I honestly feel like Marvel was hoping for the Guardians of the Galaxy effect to happen with these movies, and they would become really popular off of being relatively unknown to the majority of people. Again, I have not watched Shang-Chi or the Eternals because I just don't have any interest in. There's nothing that compels me to think that I need to see them. So far, Spider-Man No Way Home is the only Phase 4 movie that was able to get me any bit of interest in it, and enough to actually go to an actual movie theater to see it, and it was worth it since it's a damn good movie. It's probably the best movie to come out of Phase 4. Not even probably, it is the best movie to come out of Phase 4 because of what I just said. It's a damn good movie. That being said, I am feeling the lack of interest in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. I liked the first one, but then his character is just okay in Infinity War and Endgame and even No Way Home. And after seeing the trailer for the upcoming movie, I just don't care that much about Doctor Strange. I've always found there to be too many similarities between Doctor Strange and Tony Stark in the MCU, so much so that the two have a lot of overlapping character traits, which also includes the unlikable kind. Tony Stark is not that likable. I like the Iron Man armor, but I don't like Tony Stark. Anyways, I will probably just wait for the disc release for Multiverse of Madness. Now, don't even get me started on the damn TV shows. I was okay with them at first doing Disney Plus Marvel shows because I knew they were going to do it anyway. And I was hoping they would just do their own thing with these shows. But if I remember correctly, the WandaVision show connects to the upcoming Doctor Strange show somehow. I obviously have not watched any of these Marvel shows on Disney Plus because I don't have Disney Plus. And I don't want all of this at all. That's why the Infinity Saga worked, because all you had to do was watch the movies. Yes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. existed, but it was not required to understand Captain America, the Winter Soldier, even though it's sort of tied in. But again, they're just picking characters for these Disney Plus shows that I don't care about. I don't care about Hawkeye, or Loki, or Wanda, or Vision, or Falcon, or the Winter Soldier. But what would make me more upset is if the next Marvel movie in which all of our Avengers come back are at these, points at the end of their shows. It would just be confusing for people who have not watched them. The only Disney Plus show I have any interest in is Ironheart. I don't care about Miss Marvel or Moon Knight or She-Hulk or The Secret Invasion. The one thing I think is that Marvel can't live up to their own expectations, because Phase 4 feels like it's a little more directionless. Like after Endgame, when they announced Phase 4, the question that everyone was asking was, how or what can you do that will be bigger than Thanos? And I say that Phase 4 feels directionless because I don't know what they're trying to build towards, and I feel like Marvel doesn't know either. They apparently bring up Celestials in the Eternals, but I also don't think that they would do Galactus right after Thanos. I also don't get what they're building in terms of the heroes. Like, is Shang-Chi going to join the Avengers? Are the Eternals going to fight alongside the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy at some point? Again, I don't get the sense that Marvel knows what they are trying to lead up to that starts with Phase 4, and it's more evident with the kinds of movies that they have already been putting out for it. Of course, we have more upcoming stuff. You know, we have Thor, Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange 2, and Black Panther 2, and I'm really only interested in the Thor movie. I feel like now would be a great time for Marvel to start something with, say, the Fantastic Four, or maybe even the X-Men, and get something new out there that isn't just more of the same. More Thor, more Black Panther, more Doctor Strange, you know? I'm sure that Shang-Chi will get a sequel or two if it's popular enough. I'm sure that Black Panther and Doctor Strange will get third movies as well, because everything has to be a trilogy. The TV show thing needs to stop. I don't mind if they make shows that do their own thing, but I really, really, really don't want them influencing the movies at all, because not everyone has access to Disney+. Marvel's Phase 4 it's kind of underwhelming, and they need a shift in direction, you know, because when they were doing the Infinity Saga, they never had a bad movie, in my opinion. They had some that were you know, Iron Man 3 was okay, the Thor Dark World was okay, but none of them were bad. But at this point, what they're doing is just so formulaic that they're pumping out these movies that they're just becoming less and less in quality, you know? Most reviewers didn't like Black Widow, or Shang-Chi was just okay, and I've heard most people say that The Eternals is boring. But then everyone freaking loved No Way Home. So that's all I have to say. So if you want to add to the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.